Hi Randall, why don't you start by telling us about yourself and Atlantic Signal?
Hi, I'm Randall Hedrick. I'm the director of Atlantic Signal. We're a communications company based out of Topeka, Kansas in the United States of America. We've been in the business for about 23 years now, building tactical communications. Our main focus had been for 15, 16 years, primarily SWAT, bone conduction, giving an operator the ability to wear our equipment and actually hear through the facial bones rather than hear through the ears. About 8 years ago, we made a transition. While we've stayed in the SWAT and tactical business, we also went after the military communications business as well. Primary focus, military special forces, began in the United States with some of the SEAL teams. And I think that's the reason we're here today, is to discuss the design that we've done recently called the Dominator, which is a blending of our technology and our engineering team, as well as the people at Phonak.
So what is Dominator, and how and why was this product developed?
The Dominator's development began in the end of the spring of 2008. I went into a meeting with a U.S. Special Forces team who was in the process of developing a new communications device, primarily for their particular SEAL unit. They had been using other equipment from us in the past. I had the opportunity to get my hands on a Phonak Serenity device. So we sat down with the Special Forces group in a meeting that was scheduled to last about 30 minutes. It ended up lasting about 4 hours. We brought in both procurement people, command, radio technicians, joint task force operators, as well as trigger pullers from the organization, and came up with the genesis for the Dominator at that particular point in time. The idea was most of the products that were currently available to them on the market required them to have something in their ears at all times. And those devices allowed them to both transmit and receive through their ears. And their biggest complaint in the battlefield was they didn't want to wear something for 12, 14, 15 hours at a time. So they wanted us to come up with a product that allowed them the ability to take those earpieces out, store them away, and still be able to maintain radio communication. So that was the genesis of the product and the task that was put in front of us.
And can you tell us a bit more now about Dominator and specifically how the system works?
The Dominator, going back to the previous question, what the Dominator provides the operator the ability to do is he can maintain radio communications in two fashions. Receives through bone conduction through his facial bones. He also receives through Phonak Serenity electronic earpieces through his ear canals. Those Serenity pieces also provide him ambient amplification and electronic hearing protection. As opposed to some of the other products on the market, our system also has a waterproof noise-canceling boom microphone. That's critical because the way we've designed the product is they remove the two earpieces from their ears, place them in storage holsters on the headsets. They continue to receive radio communications through these facial bones, and they have a boom microphone that allows them to speak so they can maintain communications. Any of the other devices that are on the market, as soon as you take them out of your ears, you've lost the ability to receive and transmit. So ours gives them the ability to get away from ear fatigue, having something in their ear for extended periods of time, and gives them the ability to utilize their natural hearing when they would prefer that rather than amplified environment.
So how and where is the system used, and who is using it?
Okay, the Dominator is currently used in the United States by Navy Special Forces, U.S. Army Special Forces, some federal agencies as well. While I can't disclose the name of the particular team that we established it with, suffice it to say they're one of the highest profile special forces teams in the world. When we designed that product with them, we went through 14 iterations of the product in just close to 3 years in its design to try to finalize it for its product, the product's design. I believe it's now used in Canada, and it's being utilized in France, and I believe the United Kingdom, and it's being looked at in several other countries as well.
So what's different about Dominator? How does it compare to the other systems on the market?
Beyond the benefits that we discussed in terms of the ability to take the Hearing Pro out and the comms out and store it away and put it in crucial times when you need that hearing protection, etc., Other benefits that we have are we have a system that's designed that does not require any batteries to run software that's in the systems that we compete with, so they do not have to replace batteries in the battlefield. It's a completely sealed push-to-talk system, completely swimmable, so you don't have to worry about dust and water ingress. Also does not have programmable software that from time to time you have to receive updates in the battlefield and literally plug a USB into it and plug it into a laptop to update it. So the system is very much more simplified than the other ones that are out there on the marketplace, and does give that benefit that I mentioned previously of not having to have something in, on, or over your ears at all times.
Finally, why don't you tell us a bit about the feedback you've had on the system from the market? What are people saying about Dominator?
I'd say overwhelmingly the first thing that others in the battlefields and special forces teams that have used competing products, the one thing that they like about the Dominator immediately and recognize its benefits is that ability that I mentioned previously of not having something in, on, or over your ears at all times, giving you the ability to have natural hearing. They also like the fact they do not have batteries that they have to deal with. They do not have software updates that they have to deal with in the battlefield. We also have modularized the system that allows them to plug in competing headsets into the system. So they might be carrying a low visibility requirement. We build a low vis kit that you can either utilize ours or other ones that are on the market. That saves, ultimately, it saves the government client money so they don't have to buy different systems from other companies. So I'd say that those are the overriding benefits associated with it that are mentioned to us in comparison to other ones on the marketplace.
Randall, thanks for your time.
Appreciate your time as well, and look forward to working with FONAC and the Special Forces teams around the world in the future.